And Ripple says not only should there be no injunction, it should only have to pay $10 million in total because no one was harmed. They can't prove any harm to the investors or to the purchasers.
We'll get an option of using XRP. XRP is going to be like an alternative gold solution. And they're not going to want the Brics gold token, but they're going to accept the XRP. It's not going to go away. It's going to grow and not go backwards.
Right.
And that's how it goes to $100, $200, and maybe $500.
Hundreds and hundreds of markets is probably not going to be as efficient as going through some sort of assets that aggregate, like the dollar does today. The dollar sort of aggregates demand for smaller currencies, and we see XRP playing.
June, which is in 2.5 months, just to be very transparent, for the two asset classes that we mentioned. So basically, if you're a stablecoin issuer.
Great to be here in London. It's my hometown. I'm really excited. Excited to meet all the devs building on Flare and hear all the great ideas.
World order after World War II, Bretton Woods, WTO, trade, UN, etc., is kind of being challenged.
All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some baggies, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing them likies, stuffing some baggies. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, buckle up, because the future's extra bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 2.51 trillion, down about 3% in the past 24 hours. We got XRP in that number 7 spot, right around 54 cents. We got Stellar XLM in the number 33 spot, right around 12 cents. BTC 64,377. We got ETH right around 32 hundo. We got Flare Networks right around 3 cents. Axelar $1.20. XDC 4 cents. Songbird right around a penny. Stronghold 006. And we got Zahao right around 13 cents. Evernode right around 32 cents. We got the moon party coming up in about 9-10 days. Friday, May 3rd, 7 to 11 p.m. We also got the Cinco de Mayo pool party May 5th on Sunday, 3 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Also, if you're coming out to the moon party, we got some classic CDs for you. We got Moon Music Volume 3 for you. We also got this nice XRP XLM baggie for you. And we'll also have some posters for everybody coming out to the Moon Party 3rd edition. Get your tickets now at moonparty.2tix.com. We'll see you down in Vegas. XRP Las Vegas 2024 Moon Party 3rd edition Cinco de Mayo pool party. We got one from High Vibe Assets to pop things off. Ripple will pay $100 million in fines to the SEC. XRP will be nuclear.
Comparative factors into account. An appropriate civil penalty would be no more than $10 million. That would reflect about... That would reflect about blank because it's redacted of Ripple's actual gross revenues from pre-complaint institutional sales and would be proportionate in both percentage and dollar amount to comparable digital asset cases where there was no culpable mental state and no substantial risk of harm or risk of harm to others. Well, before Google, the SEC was requesting $1.95 billion, and Ripple says not only should there be no injunction, it should only have to pay $10 million in total because no one was harmed. They can't prove any harm to the investors or to the purchasers. And also $10 million would be a reasonable penalty based upon past penalties. So I would say that based on what we've seen so far in the case, that the final judgment will come out this summer. I'm guessing July, maybe August. And then whatever the ruling, I think both sides file notices of appeal and the case heads up to the DCA appeals court and is ruled on next year. Now, I wouldn't appeal it if I was the SEC because bad facts make bad law, but that's just me. I don't know if the SEC can just let this go. Everything seems very personal to them. And anyway, that's my call. $100 million and an injunction as to the institutional sales. We'll see if I hit the bullseye or if I'm way off target.
The lid's about to blow. TikTok better load up on that XRP. While you still have some time. SEC who? ETH who? BTC who. We got Rob Cunningham. If you pay attention to anything this week, I highly recommend you invest 4 minutes with Jim Willie. Black Swan Capitalist, XRP is the crypto night for central bankers, the new monetary system prediction with Jim Willie, Hunter, 200, 589.
Let me bring up a jackass principle. If we haven't seen the CBDC after 2 years of talk, do you think we ever will?
Nope.
No. If we haven't had acceptance by our allies of the U.S. version of the CBDC, do you think we ever will?
No.
No. Why haven't the Brics talked about CBDCs in the last 6 months?
They said it's not going to work.
Because they're pretty certain that it won't work, and they'd rather just stick with de-dollarize and the ruble for that part of the world with, Eastern Europe and former Soviet republics, and with the Chinese yuan and the Pacific Rim, and also the Persian Gulf, and then also OPEC nations, and then also the OPEC customer nations. That's de-dollarizing. I'm talking about Western Europe. They're de-dollarizing.
Interesting.
There's a BlackRock equivalent in France called Amundi, and it's $3 trillion asset under management. And they announced in July that they're going to remove all their dollar investments. They're divesting the dollar. This is what's going to happen to the client states for OPEC and the Persian Gulf oil and gas sales. Okay, so back to the point. The Brics are de-dollarizing. The Russians have their ruble. The Chinese have the yuan, which is going to be far more used, and I believe will be a caretaker currency for a period of time. And we got other countries that are climbing on, like Venezuela, Indonesia, and Nigeria. They're not Arab, and they're de-dollarizing. They're saying we'll go with the Chinese yuan. Now, since China does not want country after country to hold Chinese government bonds, China's going to push them after a brief period of time of using the yuan for energy sales. China's going to push them into the gold token. China's going to push all the Persian Gulf and all the OPEC nations into using the gold token. And those who resist will get an option of using XRP. XRP is going to be like an alternative gold solution. I believe the United States is going to go dragging, kicking, screaming, and killing. And they're not going to want the Brics gold token, but they're going to accept the XRP. And they're going to tell the U.S. citizens that it's not gold backed, and they will lie. That's how XRP is going to be used. European nations will use it as a compromise. The United States might use it as a compromise. And wherever it gets used, you guys, it's not going to go away. It's going to grow and not go backwards.
Right.
And that's how it goes to $100, $200, and maybe $500.
589. Best is still yet to come. Crawl, walk. Then we rock it. We got one from XRP drops. David Schwartz, the dollar sort of aggregates demand for smaller currencies. We see XRP playing that role.
In some digital assets, stablecoins are safer to hold if you can trust the issuer. So I think to that extent, it can be helpful because you still need liquidity. So if you imagine a dollar stable coin issued by JPM, and you have maybe some other dollar coins issued by companies like Circle, and everybody seems to be issuing a stable coin. And then you have stable coins in other currencies, because if you're not in the United States, a dollar coin is not really all that stable. You still need liquidity between those stable coins. And I think it's also important to remember that these stable coins have counterparties, and there isn't a universal counterparty. There isn't some counterparty that everybody in the world can have equal access to. It's going to have to be in some jurisdiction. It's going to have to be part of some regulatory regime. And so I think if the vision is this sort of open participation, this sort of internet of money, collateralized stablecoins will be players, but I think there will still have to be liquidity between them. And if you imagine dozens of stablecoins, hundreds and hundreds of markets is probably not going to be as efficient as going through some sort of assets that aggregate, like the dollar does today. The dollar sort of aggregates demand for smaller currencies, and we see XRP playing that role.
XRP, hidden in plain sight. Know what you hold. We got Chad Steinberger, Smarter, Faster Payments, show floor with Ripple next to the Federal Reserve, plus so many other Ripple payment partners and clients. ACI Worldwide, CGI, ECS, Fin, Federal Reserve Financial Services, Finstra, FIS, NEOM, U.S. Faster Payment Council. Volante Technologies, all roads lead to the bridge. We got Eleanor Terrett. In case you missed it, Coinbase is launching a 15 million TV ad campaign that aims to tout the merits of cryptocurrency and exhibit the pitfalls of traditional payment rails in a language that supports fans, understands. Pizza. We got breaking U.S. seeks 3-year sentence for Binance co-founder. CZ pled guilty to anti-money laundering and sanction violations in November, agreed to pay $50 million in fines, and stepped down as the CEO of the crypto exchange. Stephen Aroff says the system is biased. Prosecution of CZ Binance exposes its ability to pick and choose its targets. Despite the rampant fraud in the industry, CZ stood out as a rare ethical character. If we aim to bring out meaningful change, we should hold Ethereum Joseph accountable. Even his own employees can't tolerate him. Moreover, the issue of anti-money laundering is just a drop in the bucket. Our government fails to account for billions, yet they place the burden of fixing it on us. It's a high time to demand accountability and justice from those in power. We got Mr. Man XRP. We're excited for stablecoins coming into regulation June 30th, 2024. For this to be a reality, we need a gateway hub such as Bridge by the BIS, which goes live the first half of the year 2024. This hub gateway will allow the seamless FX swaps of stablecoins. We got XRP Ripple SEC case finality coming to an end. We got stablecoin regulations, stablecoin on the XRP ledger. Know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why. They want you out. We got high vibe assets. We're this close before Takeoff.
June, which is in 2.5 months, just to be very transparent, for the two asset classes that we mentioned. So basically, if you're a stablecoin issuer, when we talk about e-money tokens, so e-money tokens issuers, and for also the art tokens, it's coming into effect in June. So in 2.5 months, any issuers or any of the e-money tokens or art tokens needs to be compliant with MiCA. The second really important deadline is December. All the CASPs and other assets need to be compliant with MiCA by the end of this year.
All banks in Japan using XRP by 2025. Right around the corner. We got Flutter Networks not long ago. We had an amazing meetup with Hyperlane XYZ in London, and we absolutely loved it. We're thinking of bringing another event to the UK. What would you like to see? Who's joining us?
It's great to be here in London. It's my hometown. I'm really excited. Excited to meet all the devs building on Flare and hear all the great ideas. The whole idea behind this panel is the idea behind interoperability, connecting different chains, and really leveraging that. We wanted to do this in person so that we could meet these people.
XRP drops. Meanwhile, half an hour ago, JP Morgan's Diamond Warren's world order is being challenged. The old world order is falling.
World order after World War II, Bretton Woods, WTO, trade, UN, etc., is kind of being challenged. And if this doesn't go the right way, you can easily see a world that kind of goes more to a little bit of chaos as people realign allies, relationships, etc. I'm a little surprised that things haven't gone worse for oil and gas. People flying drones and satellites and blowing up Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. It doesn't take a lot to send oil and gas prices back to 120 or higher. If that happens, it's bad for the climate, all the climate folks, because everyone turns back on their coal plants, poor nations and rich nations, but it's terrible for poor countries. As you know, a lot of these countries are kind of struggling a little bit already. And so, we have a dangerous situation here.
We got one from Orchestra Finance. Orchestra cards are coming. We'll release 11 types of cards with Crossmark IO. Follow Orchestrify and retweet this to participate in the raffle. Raffle rules are in the thread. We got April 25th, 1800 ET, 2200 UTC at XRP Cafe. Free mint, 1 card per wallet, 361 mintable. Total supply is 401. 40 cards are reserved for a raffle. 1 card is rare. Only 1 lucky person gets it. Meet the Orchestra cards. We got sentiment feed. The April 19th Bitcoin halving has come and gone and has created quite the split narrative, although the crowd is leaning bullish based on history's price performance. After these events occur, the ability for BTC to climb to 75K, 100K, and beyond will largely depend on the whale and shark behavior. Dormant coins continue to pour back into mainstream circulation. The network realized profits versus losses and plenty of other factors. Our latest halving recap article explores where the world's leading on-chain indicators stand, social metrics from eager traders, and everything you need to know about the most likely path is for cryptocurrency markets in these next few weeks, months, what's to come. We got L crypto altcoins and the Wyckoff method. Looks like the ABC correction has been completed. Can we send this higher now? Por favor. We got a couple from Cryptos TA. What's next for altcoins? Green box mirroring early 2022. One more drop to retest support in the weekly 21 AMA one last time. Green diagonal will be the golden buy opportunity all season. Lumen. And another one from Cryptos TA, total cryptocurrency market cap rejecting at resistance, as I mentioned. If we're unable to close it back above resistance by Sunday, I'll be expecting one final market move to the downside. That'll send us retesting the weekly 21 MA and a significant weekly support around the $2 trillion level. And we got one from Precision Trader. XRP is right at that level I mentioned a few days ago, around 0.45. It now looks like it's trying to build support on top. This is a good sign that we've started a new trend, XRP. Best is still yet to come. And we got 801 XRP. See a lot of XRP community members losing faith, disappointed in something they once believed in. Believe that XRP was the real deal as a bridge for all currency, fiat and digital alike. And I say it still is. The industry still doesn't have regulations or clarity to what two assets have one, but not both. As we see and hear about BlackRock, ICS, US Treasury, money market fund is being tokenized on the HBAR Foundation. Doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean to lose faith. It doesn't mean that it's not a bad idea to have accumulated some HBAR and FA. This announcement also means that regulations are imminent, so big things will happen on platforms with real-world assets potential. It's not the one coin to rule them all, as it's all coins rise to rule together. When the internet showed up, it didn't mean that the internet made up all these businesses and brought itself to become what it is today. There was millions of companies who tried to build, and some who made it and some who didn't, but the internet was a platform that made it possible for Amazon, Google, Yahoo's, and every other successful company on today by utilizing it. Don't be discouraged about announcements on other platforms because that one platform can't do it all. Regulations are coming, but at its own pace, not yours or mine. Remember, fear and time is everything, so they use it against you, price and time. You fear you're in the wrong place, wrong time. They fear you're in the right place, the right time. The longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP rich list. The old world order has fallen.
It is my opinion that you do not really understand the concept of banking. All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics.
Know what you hold, know what's coming, and know why. They want those XRP, XLM bags back. With that being said, Batman and Bag Ladies, moonparty.2tix.com. We'll see you down in Las Vegas. Let a friend know that the greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes is still at hand. With the trains left the station, let them know that we'll be down in Vegas partying at the Moon Party before we all become cryptonaires. Where will those bags be when that regulation jar molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? Later, glitches.
In the heartbeat of Las Vegas, where the neon lights meet the starry skies, a new rhythm is pulsing. On the 3rd of May, 2024, the city that never sleeps becomes the epicenter of a revolution. The third edition of a hip-hop concert like none other, Moon Party 2024, is preparing to ascend the stage during the same week as the largest XRP conference in the world, XRP Las Vegas, with electrifying performances by XRP bags.
We are not done, just having some fun. Just getting started, the flip of the switch, and you thought you could short it. Burning the escrow, now there's been a shortage. So many digits, now you can't afford it.